Folks, it's your boy Sham, another election. And today I'm doing something very unique, very special. I'm having a candid conversation with Grisha Heyliger-Marten. Trust me, folks, you want to sit back, relax, and listen to the conversation. That girl talking them things, and she talking the facts. Check it out. All right, so we're here once again in nature with Grisha.
Under the tamarind tree.
Under the tamarind tree. Lovely, lovely day.
Yes.
Grisha, you know, on my way coming over here, one of the first things that came to mind is the name, Grisha. I have to say that I haven't heard of 5 people with the name Grisha.
You mean not even another person?
Another person.
I think the closest someone has come is Gisha, but
yes.
Grisha is actually a Russian name.
Oh.
It means Gregory. It's a man's name.
Okay, Gregory. Okay.
My mother once told me, oh, I was reading an African book and I found your name there. I'm like, ma, so thank God for Google. I'm like, ma, you forgot maybe a Russian soldier or somebody had to be in there named Grisha. Grisha was also Stalin's son name. So
Stalin.
yes, he had a son named Grisha. So Grisha means Gregory.
Okay, Gregory.
But it's a Russian name.
So
Just like Nataska, a good friend of mine, that's also a Russian name. So it's Russian.
So now, from now on, people must start to call you Gregory.
Yeah, they can.
Okay, Gregory. You have an extensive history, you know, where from the business sector, and now you're into politics. Today, you sit as the Minister of TIAT. From Gregory Grisha, how do we get from the little girl Grisha to today being the Minister of TIAT? How did that whole trajectory?
It's called growth, actually. It's one word, growth. Spiritually, mainly spiritually. I think that's what guided me to this position today. I became, I told you in a former meeting, discussion here, right under the tamarind tree, that I became a Christian in 2016. And every position God has placed me, I was able to grow. So here I am, through growth and spiritual guidance.
Is it a tough job?
It's not a tough job when you got God with you.
I love that.
And you know, it's not a tough job when right now when a new challenge presents itself to me, I smile and say, so what are we learning today? How are we going to turn this test into a testimony? So I smile at them.
Very well, very well. One of the things that I myself was asking, I was like, with all that is going on with politics, with how people are being accused and everything, people along with myself were like, will they say Grisha ain't going to pass the screening to become a minister? Will Gregory pass the screening?
Grisha is fine. I like Grisha more than Gregory.
Yeah. So that was one of the main things on people's mind. Will you pass screening?
That was, yes. Everybody around me were like, I don't think she's going to pass screening, because people don't understand. And it's not about passing the screening. It's about getting a positive or negative report on the screening. The screening presents, it looks at you as a person, you know. Your affiliates, not, unless you're affiliated with someone in something, a criminal act or whatever, maybe they will bring that up. But I got a fairly clean, a positive report from the prosecutor that there's no priors, and I also got a report from the Secret Service, VDSM. They just had a conclusion, but to me it was an opinionated conclusion of how does it look that I am the wife of, and then going in this position. But it was just opinionated, but nothing else to declare. So that is that was the gist of my screening, and also I had to go through a financial screening as well.
One of the biggest questions I know a lot of people will ask, what was it like the night of the election when the results came in, and you know, this whole sit down to farm government, and how was all of that?
It was one of the longest nights, very long night, because the morning ended up with a big, you know, slap in the face. A lot of people don't know, but a lot of my husband and I knew. Prior to that, I need to say this before I come to that night. My husband decided to negotiate, to sit and pay and get it out of the way. You know what I mean? He never wanted to
drag
all these 3 cases because it became 3 cases. He didn't want to drag it. We would have been dragging these 3 cases up to maybe 4 or 5 years from now. Remember, the case with the prior case started like 6 years, and finally got a verdict where he was vindicated from it. Yeah. Then the second case, then the third case. By then he decided he's just going to negotiate. So what a lot of people didn't know, wasn't hearing anything from him, but he was negotiating to just sit and pay whatever it was to pay and be done with it. So we knew that the agreement was that by January, after election, he would go in. We knew it. We all knew it for a few months. The family knew it. Some of his family members even came over in December. So we had a wonderful time with the family. It was Christmas, a hearty Christmas. And then election day comes now. Election, I think we got the results in by 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. And then the 4 parties came together and we sat in our first sitting until 6, 7 in the morning. I got home, the sun was out. And I got home to my husband. He was home waiting for me. And while there, at the same time, bam, we got hit with a notice, a summons for him to present himself to prison on Monday. So Thursday was election. Friday morning around 9, we got the summons.
Next day, the morning,
yes.
Well, the morning itself.
Yes, the next morning.
So you had to form government?
I didn't get to form then.
Well, yeah, but it was a negotiation.
So the second meeting was another rigorous one, Saturday afternoon. That ended until 9 o'clock in the night. And then we were still tweaking because it's 4 parties.
Yeah.
And then I got home Saturday morning, and by Saturday evening we finally signed. Saturday evening I signed quickly and had dinner with my husband and kids because we knew that we went to his favorite place. We just wanted to have a dinner with him, had a nice dinner with him, and then Sunday we had a boatload of family come over to bid him farewell, and then Monday morning I had to bring him to prison. That was the days after my election. And then I had to start screening right after.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. We know that your husband, Theo, is a force to be reckoned with politically on the island. We know that together, along with him, you started up the UP party.
Yes.
There is some little talks and little pockets we're hearing that it sounds like people are saying that he probably giving some support to the UP party. Is there any truth to that?
Well, first and foremost, he's not in any position to give any support to that party right now, given where he is. Mm-hmm. He's been there since January 15th. And secondly, I mean, pick sense out of nonsense because it's completely nonsense. I can't begin to understand when he specifically asks you not to run his party, not to fire his wife, and yet you say you're still going up. This is the new way up, and you still want to call his name and say you're supporting him. So it's like you're in a schizophrenia. You gotta decide. You want him with you, or you don't want him with you. Because if you want him with you, then he should be there with you, and you should respect his word, and you should respect what he has built. I went on Billy D, and I spoke to him about it a couple Sundays back, and he said, let them know that they do not respect how the original up. They don't respect what up has how I built up. They changed it completely. That's not the up he knows. So how is he to even support it? You know what I mean? So and I know there's a new some new candidates as well going into his community, telling his community, and I don't want to mention names, but a brand new candidate that has replaced another candidate is going into his community and letting people know that my husband is supporting him. How? He never visited my husband to this day. No one from the up party has visited my husband to this day. So how is he even supporting you and you guys don't even visit him? He's been there, 6 months now? Yeah. Going on 6 months? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's very disrespectful and very, I hope Marten people really, really, really understand what is at stake here. So you take over, you hijack the party, but you still want to recognize the owner of the party, from the owner. I don't get it.
Why the owner there?
And the owner ain't even there.
One of the strangest things that we find ourselves in, and I think that People say we made history with this situation where we had an election in January, and months later we in the snap elections. The 2x4 government fell because one person took away their support. Break it down to baby speed. Explain to me, baby speed. Simmer down to gravy and pot scraping.
Okay.
Explain to me what exactly went on.
Okay. So we have 8 candidates, of which a few were new, but one of them particularly very new in becoming a parliamentarian.
Yeah.
And we all took turns guiding him, teaching him the ropes and so. But he kept coming to us and saying, they're coming at him, they're harassing him, they're harassing him. Who? The opposition. And he came to us and even told us what they were, quote unquote, proposing to him.
Yeah.
And at a point in time, like, if he's going to tell us what they're proposing to him, he's not going to go anywhere. He's being honest with us and so on, you know. So it took one trip with the 2 opposing parties to travel with him, to come back the Sunday, for him to just sign away. And what
you guys had no idea?
No idea, but the thing is, so Monday I'm in a meeting with NRPB and I'm hearing he got that it fell.
Yeah.
So we knew, knowing what we knew about him, we decided this is a stalemate parliament. You cannot continue 4 years with a parliament like this. If he's going to flip-flop like that, how is this going to even continue? So we decided then and there to call elections. I think that put a lot of pressure on the opposing party. They imploded in a couple days and came knocking on our door. So the opposing party, and I'm going to say NA.
When you mean our?
So what happened? They signed with him. They signed 8.
Uh-huh.
They must have had a meeting, and I'm going to say it. Matter of fact, I should just say that. My National Alliance had a meeting. I guess things went not so well, and they come knocking on the DP door, the USM door, the PFP door to form. And when the candidate in question got a whiff of it, he pulled back support. So if we didn't call election, the implosion wouldn't have happened. The implosion for leadership. That was the story surrounding the White Party.
Yeah.
If that didn't happen, it wouldn't have. They realized they couldn't get it together. They come 3 of them out of 4. Remember, the White Party has 4 seats. 3 offered to join with USM, PFP, and DP. They wanted us to push away the now. And then when he got a whiff of it, he pulled back. So it was a whole knee-jerk reaction back and forth, and it kind of actually solidified what we were saying. It's a stalemate. We cannot function in a parliament like this with a person like that. Today, now you see, election is called. He's not in any of the parties, and that's why we are where we are today. And it starts with leadership. Leaders have to be sure. You have to screen the people that are on your party. I'm sorry to say it like that, but we too. It's either if you know they're young. You have to also, are new at it, you have to cradle them. You have to groom them. You have to be there with them. You know what I mean? So, unfortunately, here we are, and that's why we are, for the first time in history, having to have 2 elections.
Yes.
So I have to this day now, to date, from May 3rd, today, I think we are early August, 3 months in this position.
3 months. But officially, as minister, 17 days.
17 days of the 3 months, 17 days officially. Yep.
So now you're the minister and you're campaigning now to, I don't know how that works. So
a minister in training, because I always told myself, I said I'm going to need 3 months to learn.
Yeah.
I need 3 months to get a great grip of the entire thing. I'm not going to go there saying that I know. I want to learn. I want to meet with all the stakeholders, internally, externally, understand everything, and then start making decisions. I also had a short-term, medium-term, and long-term plan for the ministry for the 4 years. I have had to continue learning, take my short-term, medium-term, condense it, and campaign.
At the same time?
At the same time in the last 3 weeks. But I was still able to get a lot done.
And you're getting a lot done.
Yes.
We're here now, we're in campaign, basically we're campaigning.
Yes.
Elections just right around the corner.
Yes.
What is Grisha telling St. Martin?
Grisha is telling St. Martin that together we still can. Together we still can. Don't give up hope. This time around, again, I'm putting the onus back on you, St. Martin. You take your time, understand what has just happened, what has just transpired, and ask yourself the type of representation you want moving forward. The last 3 weeks, the last 3 months, I have stuck to everything that I've campaigned on. Agriculture, bringing in funds for the government coffers, which I just did with a $1 fee from the airport, which was about millions of dollars I just brought in. I've stuck with regional integration. I traveled to St. Kitts to learn to finally come with a mutual.
It's a nice breeze blowing there.
Yes, because
nice
I guess
breeze.
it's true. I guess that's sharing, right?
That's sharing. That's sharing. That's a nice breeze.
Yes,
there.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
So I stuck to my campaign promises within the 3 months. So imagine what I can do in 4 years. Just imagine. The Democratic Party is 70 years old since July 1st.
And the only party with a full slate.
Only party with a full slate. That says a lot.
Yeah.
The only party with a full slate and the only party that can boast and actually stand factually say that we build this country.
Yeah.
Many of the projects that my husband was able to accomplish was under the flag the Democratic Party. The only thing he's done under up was the causeway, but every single thing else was under the flagship of the Democratic Party. It says a lot. The Democratic Party just has this kind of meaning, you know, and it's just everything has a meaning. It's just a party.
70 years,
70
is not 70 days. So
Yes.
in 70 years, you could see what St. Martin was, and then you see where we are and the potential.
Yep.
Today, you're a candidate again.
Yes.
Well, like we said, within a 6 months period here, you are as a candidate.
Yes.
We understand what has taken place. Now I think people want to know that if they get it right this time, can you guarantee that what Grisha says today is her word and you ain't backing down, you keeping what you say?
I think thus far I've been able to guarantee and stick to my guns. Yes. One of the, I've done it even in Parliament. Everything that I champion is what I stick in. Remember, stick to. Remember in Parliament we supervise. So I supervise within the realms of the things that I champion. You have my word. You have my word that this is what I'm going to abide by. I have a YouTube channel. I have a WhatsApp channel. I have a Facebook page, a brand new Facebook page, Minister Grisha Heyliger-Marten. You can follow me there and you can see all the work that I've done. I also have a website, grisha.sx. You can see everything that I'm championing there too. So I'm an open book.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of work going on.
Yes.
Grisha, I want to wish you the best of luck. I know this is not what we wanted. This is the situation. And like I've said many times in our conversation, you're direct. I've had many different situations where I saw that you were direct. And again, this is another sit down where I'm having and I can see you direct. And I'm gonna give you the buzzer too.
You have a buzzer?
Yeah, everybody got a buzzer now too. I give you the buzzer because
Thank you.
We do need that. And I think, but this is a parliamentary election.
Yes.
When elected, will you want to continue being
I would
minister?
love to continue, provided the people of St. Martin would have me. I would love to continue in this. I only had 17 days in it. I really want to execute the things all my campaign pledges. I really want to execute it, and I know I can do it in the next 4 years for sure.
I have no doubt.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Grisha.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome in nature.
Nature.